Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to my channel, you excellent elites. I hope you got something from my last video and every video that I'm posting from this point on. We are really going to do a deep dive today into building your brand as an executive assistant. It is not an easy task, but it is definitely doable. What does your brand look like? Do people depend on you? Is everyone comfortable that you're going to do the job right the first time? Here's what's interesting. I read an article that the Wall Street Journal put out really discussing how executive assistants in today's market are making over $400,000 a year. I mean, the sky is the limit. It's what you make it. And I keep saying that on my channels, and I'm going to continue to say it, because if you do little and expect a lot, it's not going to happen. One of the things about building your brand is making your boss, your team, your clients comfortable with you. That is so important. I got a lot of jobs because I explained that dynamic and how it really interacts with being an assistant. If I don't know my boss, if I don't know his whereabouts, what he's thinking, how he responds to different situations, whether it's email or whether it's, me, that's important. You really have to get to know your boss. You have to understand also the dynamics of your company. A lot of companies use acronyms now. ACB, CCB, DDB, ABC, na. Yeah, if you don't understand your company's business and the company's mission, where they want to go, how it relates to you and your career, then you're kind of missing out on some things here. I mean, at the end of the day, you are an assistant, and I say this a lot, but you are. And if you assist your boss does really well. He brings a lot of money into the company, whether it's, it could be the sales department or something along that line. But he brings a bunch of money in. It's record breaking. The company makes a bunch of money, and it's time for what? Bonuses. The better you do, the better your bonus. The better you do, the better your bonus. Seriously, it all trickles down. It trickles down at the end of the day. Let's talk about some of the things that can help you make your boss comfortable. I think number one is dependability. I'm not talking about the dependability. Oh, I'm coming in at 8 o'clock in the morning. I'm there on time every day. Or maybe I'm there 10 minutes early, because we all know that 10 minutes early is actually on time, and on time is late. Okay, so you're there on time. You leave at 5 o'clock, your lunch is from 1 to 2. Yeah, you're going to get all that work done within those 8 hours that you are there. How about this? Within those 8 hours that you are there, you are actually efficient in your workload. Dependability is not showing up. Dependability is, it does have something to do with it, but it's not showing up. Dependability is stepping outside the box, it's being proactive. Dependability is knowing that your boss can come to you and it's guaranteed they don't ever have to ask, is it done yet? Now, we're going to talk about, is it done yet? Those are called micromanagers. It is the most uncomfortable thing that you honestly could do with an assistant. Sometimes it's warranted because the assistant may be what I always say, a lazy assistant. But now, again, your brand is shifting. You're not that person that everybody will come to because you know the answers. because you understand the business, you understand the acronyms, you know your boss. They can come to you and they can say, hey, Winnie, is Mr. Johnson, that's not my boss's name, is Mr. Johnson available? Or I really want to talk to him about this situation, but I don't know how to approach him. Because you know your boss, you can give light, favorable feedback on how to approach your boss. Something that's not going to come back to you later. Please don't get me wrong. I'm not saying give advice. I'm saying give feedback based on your experiences with your boss. I'm going to talk a little bit more about being proactive and anticipating your boss's needs. If you know that your boss have the same meeting every Monday from 3 to 4, there's a deck to be prepared, you're combining, the slides from his direct reports and you're putting this whole thing together, you're going to drive the meeting. It's really up to you as the assistant to reach out to everyone, give them a deadline, because not everybody is really good at their creativity in PowerPoint or putting in those charts from Excel into their PowerPoint or adding, sound to their PowerPoint. So it's really up to you. If you've seen in the past that there are all those requirements and for this particular meeting, Google how to put sound. Google what does it look like to present a deck, how to listen for next slide. They say sometimes on the next slide, understanding what the word driving the meeting is. When I heard that term for the first time, I really thought it was my boss. He's driving the meeting because he's presenting. No, driving the meeting is sitting at your laptop and hearing them say, next slide, next slide. Hearing for the silence. You go to the next slide. Because not everybody says that. But again, it's anticipating, it's paying attention to the details of your boss, the details of your task. Reading. It is fundamental. Another thing I'd like to really mention, and I think this is pretty important, it is going to your boss with problems. An assistant, an employee, no matter what level you are, if there is a problem, before you take it to your boss, please try and come up with a solution. Please try, maybe not one, maybe two. Here's how it goes. Hi, Mr. Johnson. Oh my goodness, I have so many problems today. The caterer didn't come, and the presentation that you wanted to present at 2 o'clock is not prepared properly, and I just don't know what to do. Mr. Joe Johnson, he didn't send his PowerPoint in yet, and we have about 30 minutes to before the meeting, and oh my gosh, what am I gonna do? No. Hey, Mr. Johnson, we do have a problem. I've already reached out to Mr. Joe Johnson, who has not presented his slides yet, but I believe if I stay on them, I'm going to have those slides. We will be fine. Don't you worry about a thing. I have everything under control. I do welcome your opinion. Always offer their advice. What we think we're in control of, they know way more than we do. We may not even have that meeting. It could be at the moment, going to be pushed back for another 30 minutes. So my term that I use faithfully is, may I have your thoughts? It's polite, it's respectful, and it actually gets their thoughts. And that's what we want. Guess what? We're still trying to know who our boss is. And I'll add another thing about branding with comfortability. It's not just your boss that sees that. It's the entire organization. When I tell you it spreads like wildfire, it spreads immediately. I mean, everybody hears about you. Whenever there's anything that pertains to your boss, they think of you. Oh gosh, yes, good. I know it's going to get done because Winnie's associated with it. That's what you want. And when everyone knows that you are dependable and they are comfortable, you're proactive, you're going above and beyond, you're stepping outside the box, you're thinking outside the box, you're not afraid to dig in and do the hard work, that's your brand. That's what makes people want you to elevate. And I mean elevate. There's been situations where I came to a position and had no idea what they wanted me to do, but they had an idea what they wanted me to do. And I came in and I showed up and I showed out. And I mean, I show off every time. It's my goal to show off. That is an executive assistant. You show off every skill, you show off every meeting minutes, you show off your note taking. And by the way, we are going to have another conversation about note taking because that also falls in alignment with making your boss comfortable. So maybe on my next video, we'll talk about note taking and possibly speed writing and deciphering your notes once you've taken them. Thank you so much for watching today. I hope this video has resonated with you. I hope that you have learned something out of it. If you did, please subscribe. Please like the video. Please comment. Please share. I look so forward to bringing you guys this information. It's really important to me, and I hope it's important to you. Thank you. See you next time.